Hello, my name is Jabin Williams, and I welcome you to Daily Inspiration. Don't forget, I am still on the special edition of The Power of Ideas. This special edition is fantastic, and I know that it will help you to develop great ideas within, and definitely you fulfill destiny. The Power of Ideas, Part 3. Ideas, like the air we breathe, are omnipresent, and they are to the mind what light is to the eyes. Everywhere you go and every act you do provide opportunity for useful ideas. Wherever you find yourself, wherever you go to, provide a room for a new discovery, that is, new ideas. Every time you turn on the radio or your TV set, or probably you flip through the pages of your favorite newspaper, magazine, or book, ideas are there waiting to be picked. The moment spent waiting in a particular office, it could be the doctor's or the dentist's office. In fact, it could be in your corporate organization, it could be in your office, wherever you work. And the time spent commuting or computing can be opportunity to gather great and new ideas. At the same time, you are probably cooking dinner. You can also be cooking up fresh ideas. Ideas can flow through your mind. You can be in your bathroom, you can be in your jeans, and ideas can flow through your mind. The point is to be aware of the ever-present opportunities. Great ideas inspire. Great idea instructs, it guide and lead us. They are treasures that enrich our lives. They provide different viewpoints, a basis of comparison and clarity of vision. Our mind expands in direct proportion to the number and size of the ideas we embrace. So friends, great ideas are waiting for you to explore. You don't have to be an artist, or you don't have to be artistic to be creative. No, everyone can learn to generate bold, groundbreaking ideas by adopting a creative approach and applying the best thinking tools. Today, friends, I want to expose you to 3 key approaches to generate new ideas, and that is going to be our emphasis today and probably tomorrow as well. The 3 key approaches to generate new ideas, because on a daily basis you should be able to generate new ideas. The number 1 3 key approaches. The first one is breaking old thinking patterns. 2, making new connections. 3 is getting fresh perspective. I'm talking about the 3 key approaches to generate new ideas. Today I'll just look into the first one, which is breaking old thinking pattern. We can all get stuck in certain tracks of thoughts. At the point we might get stuck in our thoughts. They may be so comfortable that we don't even realize that they are holding us back. So to have fresh ideas, we need to break away from the established pattern of thought and start to see new paths ahead of us. Now I want to look at how to actually break old thinking pattern. There are ways. I'm going to emphasize on just 2 ways on how to break that old thinking pattern. The first one is to challenge your assumption. Assumption is key. The way you assume things is very important. You likely bring a set of assumptions to each and every situation. As human beings, so many things flows through our mind when there are challenges, or probably there are some things we intend doing. we assume that, oh, I can do this, oh, I can't do it. Many of them may turn out to be true, but challenging your preconceptions can also open up some exciting possibilities. For example, maybe you would like to extend your own office, or you want to go back to school, or you're trying to invest money into a particular business. I wouldn't know what you actually have in mind. Take for instance, let me use the scenario of you trying to extend your office. You know it's good investment, but you don't pursue the ideas because you assume that you can't afford it. It could be you going back to school. It could be you investing money, but the idea actually dropped into your mind, but you could not pursue it. You could not pursue the idea because you assume that you can't afford it. It's too expensive. How can I go back to school this time? Where is the money? That is the assumption that came to your mind when the ideas dropped into your mind. I wouldn't know what you actually want to do. Probably you want to start a new business and you know that it's going to be profitable at the long run. But an assumption came to your mind and telling you that, oh, you can't do it because the fund is not available. Challenge that assumption. You might not have the money in the bank right now, but you could sell some other assets to raise the cash. You can look around. What can you sell to actually carry out this project? If you have an asset that you can sell, why don't you do that? You could take up a loan and work over time to make the payment of that thing that flows through your mind. Is it starting a new venture, starting a new business? You can decide, oh, you have 2-3 television in your house. You can sell 1 or 2 and start small. Let no man in this world mind a small beginning, for the later end shall greatly increase. So you can sell things around you in your house. What you have, some little thing that you say, okay, this thing I can sell it. Probably you have a car that you're riding presently, and the car, you just take it out, you bring it back, it's not actually bringing money. There's no thing wrong, absolutely, friend, for you to sell such a car to start a new venture, to start a new business. So you can decide to raise money from the little assets you have. Could you take out a loan? I said it. You can also decide to take a loan, though it might be difficult to take loan. Maybe you have a bad credit somewhere, and sometimes and the bank are refusing to give you loan. It doesn't matter. You can talk to family and friends, but the most important thing is for you to challenge that assumption. Don't assume that you can't do it, and that is how to generate new ideas. Already the idea has been generated. Rather, the idea is already within, but you fail to pursue it because you assume that the money is not available to pursue that dreams, that goal. You can't pursue it. So, friend, challenge that assumption. Number 2, I think I'll close with this today and I'll continue from here tomorrow. Number 2 ways to break out of that old thinking pattern. I said the first one is to challenge your assumption. Then the second one is to rephrase the problem. You need to rephrase the problem. The way you define or frame your problem can limit your creative ability, can limit your creativity. If you describe the issue you are trying to solve in a different way or look at it from a different angle, new solution can actually emerge. Let me give an example of the Uber founder, Garrett Camp. He wanted to start a transport service business. He could have focused simply on buying and managing enough vehicles to make a profit. But instead, he reframed the problem in terms of how he could best address passengers' need. The most important thing he intended doing was to address passengers' need. He could have decided to buy many cars, but instead, he didn't do that. This led to the development of a powerful app. This application that we use today was actually developed by a man called Garrett Camp. He decided to develop this app rather than a fleet of cars, and an innovative business was born. Friend, you can also rephrase that problem. You can rephrase that challenge by thinking on how you can easily do it without taking so much time of yours, or without stressing you so much. So friends, there are great ideas right within you. Just try as much as possible to ignore that thought that is telling you can't do it. Kill that thought, kill that assumption, and you can also reframe that thought. And as a result of that, you will be able to break out of that old thinking pattern. Until I come your way again tomorrow, I'll be speaking on the part 4 of the power of ideas. I remain your friend, Jabin Williams from Genesis Global. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.